Don't forget the German test, that's where he It's the best team sport because no one can lose it. You tempted to say that station that you feel nice. Dunedin is to be. It is a special place.
It's a long way.
Your skills are helped you out? What did you do? Team groups and so sorts of creative situations. You did a part with the brass. What did you do? I didn't realise that. Because he found the shortest students, he's so used to creating them up, but once they feel it, you couldn't hold them back. Once they got to make something easy.
You've thought of some useful labour, but what is the end in view?
You're fresh from the home of your boyhood, and just in the bloom of your youth. Have you tasted the sparkling water that flows from the font of truth? Is your heart in the Saviour's keeping? Remember he died for you. Say, what are you going to do, brother? Say, what are you going to do? Funny, ain't it, Billy? We still remember that old song Mrs. Donaldson taught us at school. To make us good Christian men, she said.
Yeah. I also remember her saying the only thing I'd be good at was eating.
Yep.
You know, Sam, it's lots to remember when we come here to the river. You know, Dad used to bring Eddie and me. Mum used to come along too. And I remember when you first came here, didn't know anyone. Jack said we should ask you to come fishing with us. I remember my dad saying his folks brought him here when he was a kid. You can feel that. Everything from back then. You can hear it.
I can only hear you rabbiting on.
It's because you're not listening. You need to know how to listen. Well, anyway, good fishing and swimming spot this. Best along the whole Taieri, I reckon. I like it here. Nothing ever changes.
Christ's sakes, Billy, everything's changed. All those chaps, gone for good. Marty Mathews, Stan Duncan, Geordie Grant. Billy, a list as long as your arm. Things aren't the same. Not even for you, because
of the war. Bloody well hear about war this, war that, well bloody everything. Sick and tired of people talking about it, asking me and my brother what he's doing in the war.
Billy, but what are you doing about it? Bloody nothing.
Eddie said it ain't right for the government to be taking men off the land to go soldiering, that this conscription business is wrong. Aussies won't allow it. Why should we? You know, he wrote to Uncle Jim saying I should appeal if I get called up. Yeah, he said that in the camp in Egypt where he was, there were more recruits than rats. Anyway, Samuel Mulholland, what are you going to do about it?
What do you mean?
Oh, do you agree with Eddie about conscription?
Yes, but it's more than about taking away labour. The government has got no right to force men to fight.
Yeah, but they say they have to, because volunteering is dead. You know, they're right on that score. Volunteer to fight today and die tomorrow. So it looks anyway.
The ones going now are just the poor bastards caught up in a balls-up they call a ballot. Jesus Christ. Lives. Lives treated as if it's a lucky dip at the Mario Toto show.
Even so, you still won't go, because you're a conchi. Well, as you put it, a conscientious objector. But does that let you off the hook?
I don't see anywhere you're going either. I don't see any good reason you're given for it.
None of us have reasons now, just excuses. And yours is because the war is asking too big a price, etc., etc. Price. It's a wage earner. You get paid to go soldiering, you know.
And why haven't you joined up then? You've turned 20 now, Billy. You're as short of a bob.
Yeah, weighing up my odds. I think I'd rather be skinned than shot. Good enough excuse, I reckon.
Excuse. Yes, Billy. That's your excuse, but what's your reason?
None of us have reasons, just excuses if we get unlucky. So we'll just wait and see if our numbers come up. Mine won't.
How do you know that?
Because, Sammy boy, I've never won the first prize in a lucky dip.
But if you did get called up, what would be your excuse? Or would you have a reason?
Reasons. Excuses. The same thing.
No, they're not.
You're late, Jack Mathews. We always cast the first rod at midday. That's the tradition. It's gone 12:30 already. Where have you been?
At the post office.
What did I tell you, Sam? You go at the post office? Oh, if I wasn't spoken for already.
Spoken for? What makes you think you're spoken
Oh.
for?
Well, Jack, did you put on the Mathews charm?
What? Oh, no, I went to see if they put up the new ballot list.
And?
And my name's on it.
You just had your birthday.
Well, then the army must have had a date ranked on their calendar then.
Don't be daft. The ballot's just a chance thing. Coin toss, heads or tails. Tails, you dodged it. Heads, you're dead.
Shut up, Billy!
Don't have to go. The pale herrings that the army's holding now are letting men off left, right and centre. All sorts of excuses are being given.
Excuses? Some of the chaps had good reason to appeal.
Not all of them. Take that chap down the valley. Got off scot-free. Said he was here to run their gold mine. Gold mine? It's no bloody gold mine, it's a glorified gravel pit, if you ask me.
No one is asking you, Billy. But Jack, you do have legal reason for exemption. Actually, you got two. What with Marty killed last year, the only son now. Your dad not being so good, you're also the last man on the farm.
I'm not going to appeal. Even if I had a reason, or if I had to think up an excuse, would it be right not to go? If I try to get out of it, they'll say that I'm a Oh, sorry, I didn't mean...
I know what they say about me. Sam the Sugar! I don't think men should go die just because Britain and Germany. No, that don't have anything to do with us. Don't agree.
Hold on, we're British.
I'm Irish, don't forget. And who's the enemy over there?
But I'm...
No, I'll tell you who you are. You were born here. Your father was born here. Now, for Christ's sakes, doesn't that mean anything to you? I mean, really matter. This is your place. No, Britain.
I've been told to. They don't let you say no. King and country.
I thought you of all people know better than believe that rubbish. But it's not just that. This war, it makes no bloody sense. And I'm prepared to take the consequences for saying that. At least I was. What happens now?
What happens now is that I have to go. And you, neither of you, have to face that. But I do.
I have to face you going.
Does that trouble your conscience, Sam?
I didn't mean that.
And what did you mean?
What he means is that Central is home, Jack. And what about the Ida muster? We've done the muster of Ida muster every year since we were kids. It's the same as us coming down to the river. It means things that you can't forget. Missing the muster would be like forgetting who you are.
Fighting will do the same. It'll change you, Jack Mathews. Turn you into someone you don't know. Probably won't even like.
How can I not know myself?
Tell me this. How are you gonna feel when you kill your first man?
Well,
Don't answer now. Tell me later. After you've done it.
Hey Jack, do you remember our first muster as nippers? You took to cooking. You made that blackberry jam and all the men barracked you for being a posh restaurant city cook.
Yeah, I remember. And I remember they ate it all too.
Yeah. They made it every year since as well. I remember that first year. It was the year the old man gave me tweed. Said he was a useless old mug. He turned out alright in the end to tweed. Could bring a whole mob down from the top without even a whistle. Still miss that old dog. It's way back Mountain Station, high on a Bruden range, but every year we hit up there when the populace start to change.
And in the morn before the dawn, we pack our swag and whistles, and the dogs are straining out the chain to get amongst the scrubbing thistles.
The musters are all spread out down that rugged mountain slope to bring those Ida greyhounds in. At least that's what they hope.
The going stuff is blazes, but the men don't give a damn.
Because they know that down the huts tonight they can eat their fill
Of Jack Mathews' blackberry jam.
You know, it'd make a pretty funny inscription on the memorial. Here lies Private Mathews, a soldier unknown for anything except his blackberry jam.
Well, not dead yet. I haven't even been accepted.
Oh, but they'll take you, and then your chances aren't looking too good.
Shut up, Billy! Jesus Christ.
Well, I wouldn't want to miss the muster.
I only think of the muster as hard work.
But you can feel what it means.
What?
Oh, Jimmy McLaren felt it. All us felt it. Men and boys up the slopes of the mountain just before sunrise, sitting and waiting, watching for the sun. Then just as the sun crept over the Kakanoes, Jimmy McLaren would take up his violin and play. As he played, the sun chased all the shadows down into the gully. That was the signal for the muster to start. No, I asked old Jimmy how that started, but he didn't know. He said even before his time, there was another chap who played in the muster dawn. But the tune was different, he said. Jimmy used to play the waltz, Roses from the South. He said it was by the chap who wrote the other one. Who wrote the other one he used to play, the Blue January. Jimmy's too old to play now, so he stands drawn on the pipes. Pipe at dawn it is, and the tune is different again. Still feel like we did in that first muster. And the sun rises and the music plays. Makes us all kings of the mountain.
Yeah, I remember old Jimmy's stories.
You also remember what old Jim said when the war started? All those lads rushing off to join up. Marty and Eddie, Joe and Doug Strawn. Old Jim, he said, what do they know? There's nothing good about a war, and nothing good comes of war. And he was right. He knew. We danced the great waltz then. Now we fight the great war.
War or waltz, eh? What matters, Jack, is that you can't miss the muster. Just wouldn't be the same without you.
No, it won't be. But nothing's the same now, is it?
That's what Sam said. But things can still be the same. They have to
It
be.
won't be.
Why not?
Billy, let's just call it your lucky dip.
Hey, Jack. Your sister, Maggie. She said I can take her to Alf Grant's send-off dance next week. He volunteered, you know, before the ballot.
Have you asked Dad if you can?
Not yet.
Well, you better, and she'll say no.
Maggie will talk him round. What harm is there in a dance?
None, I don't suppose. Don't you be getting any ideas.
Best thing in the world, a dance. Especially when the waltzing starts.
I think you should appeal, Jack.
No, but I'm off home. I'm sorry, I don't feel much like fishing today.
Cat dragged in.
I want a word with you, Mulholland.
This is our spot, Macgregor. You can't fish here. Clear off.
Caught anything yet, Hardie? Hmm?
What do you want, Macgregor?
Sergeant to you. Show some respect for an old returned soldier.
No, I don't respect people like you.
Oh, is that right now? I don't think many folk around here would agree. See, I'm a Gallipoli man and all that, and I'm still not 100% because of it.
Yeah, but everyone knows just how long you was at Gallipoli and all of that.
Leave it.
Sam's letter from Marty Mathews, and my brother Eddie said the same thing. That you made it all up about getting sick. That you said the other stupid bastards could die if they wanted, but you wouldn't join them.
You want to fight, Wilson?
Oh no, Sergeant, sir! It wouldn't be right to fight a Gallipoli man. Not right neither when he's not 100%.
Let me remind you, Wilson, you weren't there.
No, he wasn't. But in 1915, Macgregor, let me remind you, he wasn't 20 either.
Anyway, I'm off. Fish biting here worth catching.
So, what's this word you want?
Bloody lie, you know.
What? No fish biting?
What they say about me.
I only know what Marty wrote in his letter. But that might not be true, mightn't it? Because that stupid bastard Marty died in that fight. So there's no way of knowing for sure, is there?
Couldn't help that. I wasn't there.
No, you made damn sure of that.
And just what would you have done, Mr. High and Mighty?
I wouldn't have run out on my mates when it mattered.
You accuse me of not being there. Your fishing mates weren't 20 then, but you were. You could have been there when it mattered.
I didn't have to answer to you.
Well, maybe not. But you'll have to answer to someone. And damn soon, too. I know all about Jack Mathews getting called up. What are you going to do about that, Shirker Sam? Let's say Private Mathews has just been wounded and he's lying out in no man's land. His wounds aren't fatal. And he'll be alright if someone brings him back in. It's time to do that. Because there's a lull in the firing and he's calling out for help. But you can't help him. Because you're at home. And then a shell blows that poor bastard to bits. That's no good, that. But there is one thing that's all right. At least your conscience is in order.
If I was there, I wouldn't have run. Like you did.
But you haven't been there. You don't know what you'd do you? And you're not going to be, it seems, when it matters. Or now that Jack Mathews has to go, maybe you might change your mind.
What do you mean?
Oh, I think you know what I mean. But maybe you need some other reason. Sam the shirker, not Sam the... You see. So, let's not worry about your excuse. You should thank me, Mulholland. Because I reckon I might just have given you your excuse. Your cover, if you like.
I don't understand.
Oh, you will understand. Soon enough.
For the love of God, just put it in the fire and forget it. What devil would write such things?
I know who'd write this all right. What have you got there, Ma? What else came with this letter?
And you can put that in the fire as well.
No. No. I'm going to take this one with me.
Take it where? Where are you going, boy? Don't be starting a fight.
I don't have to, Ma. Fight's already started.
Oh, my God's truth. I know what you think about it all. You're lying to me if you tell me you're going to the war.
It's the lie. Take it with me. To remind me that I'm not a coward. White feathers, they've got other meanings too. They can come from angel wings. Ma, angel wings protect.
Who made you do this? Someone's made you change. You weren't superstitious of feathers wherever they came from. You've been called names before now. It's Jack Mathews. Been called up. He's asked you to go with him, hasn't he?
He doesn't even know yet.
But it's because of him.
I know what you're going to say. I was brought up with this story that Dad would never lift a rifle even when things at home were so bad. Not until Sean Connor got killed. It was the only reason why he picked up a gun. But Ma, Dad survived. He lived a long, good life. So will I. It's the same thing.
I wasn't meaning your dad. Don't use his excuses to cover up your reasons, son, because they're not the same.
What are you trying to say?
Oh, I know well enough why you're going. And the reason has nothing at all to do with that feather. That's just your excuse.
I have to go. Do you understand me?
No, not really. But you are my son, and that's all I need to understand. But I also understand that that feather you want to take with you will not be enough. You need something more.
Rosary.
Take that with your excuse, son.
Sam?
Maggie.
Oh, hello, Bessie. Sam, do you know where Billy is? A telegram just came for his Uncle Jim. It's Eddie.
I know he'll be.
Come on.
Billy has hardly anyone left now. He'll need us more than ever.
No one left now? I know that feeling. Need. Where will you be, son, when you need me? And you will need me, boy, believe me you will. When you face God knows what hell, you'll need me. And you'll need Jack Mathews, but you won't tell him that, unless you have to. And what'll make you tell him will mean only one thing. Father, tell me that day will never come. Give him the days of the Song of Solomon instead. Until the day dawns and the shadows flee away. Run, run, my beloved, like a young deer on the mountains of Bether. Give him the sunshine, and let the shadows leave him be. So he will come home here to run on his own mountains. Let the hills here be his Bether.
You know, it's 2 weeks now. He's never mentioned Eddie.
That's just Billy. Always pretending things he doesn't like aren't happening. But he did mention him today.
Good. If he can talk about it, that means he's getting all right with it. He's right on one score. Muster won't be the same for him.
He isn't doing it either.
Why not?
He won't be here.
Where will he be?
He'll be with us.
What?
He's enlisted.
You're kidding, he can't.
Well, he told me he had to make the bastard Hun pay for killing Eddie. But I know that isn't his reason. It's just an excuse.
He's not letting us go without him. He's feeling left out.
It's more than that. He's scared. Scared of being left alone. What might be inside him. He needs us, Jack. You know that.
But we can't let him come. It would be the worst thing.
He'll be all right.
No, he won't be. We should say something. Go over to the recruiting office and tell them.
Tell them what, exactly?
Tell them that Billy is... All we have to say is that we think he would not be suitable as a soldier.
What makes you think the army would take any bloody notice of that? They don't care two hoots about what makes a soldier. They only care that they've got another one.
But just as you said before, you know how Billy is sometimes. And his mother. She went mad, Sam. Surely the army doctor saw
I've
signs.
done the medical, Jack. You know the questions. Come on, man, next in line. Shift yourself. Eyesight.
Blind as a bat, sir.
Excellent. Best not to see what's coming, man. Hearing.
Pardon?
Never mind. Do you have any inveterate diseases?
What's inveterate?
Always sick. Feet.
that, sir. Sorry, both inveterate.
Have you ever passed urine? Involuntarily.
Yes?
We've all pissed our pants before, boy. So I say you've passed with flying colours. Welcome to the army, Mr. Mathews.
Thank you, sir. I'm sure I will enjoy it.
Next! There's no point saying anything. There's no bloody question on the medical form to fill in about that. So we say nothing.
Oh, send him, can
You and I will make sure that it won't. But Billy will be far better off with us to keep an eye on him. Swear to God you won't say anything about any of this.
Oh, but I think...
Swear to God, John Mathews, that you'll stay silent.
Right, I swear. But be it on your head if anything happens.
I'll take that chance.
I've come to see Maggie. I want to say goodbye before the crowds at the station get in the way.
Maggie? Why?
Because I'd like to.
I'll fetch her.
Are you sure about this?
Why wouldn't I be?
Well, it's
Just that you think I shouldn't go soldiering. Will you squeal? Or will you keep your promise to Sam? It's no good to break a sworn oath, you know. No good at all.
There's such a crowd down at the station already to see you all off.
Did you know about this?
Jack, is it okay if I have a word with Maggie?
Here, Mum's best socks. Her new knitting machine makes fine socks. That Thelma Reed sneered. Not as good as hand knitted, she said. Well, Mum told her that the boys at the front who are wearing her socks are as happy as Larry. And you should have seen Thelma's face when Mum told her she can do a lot more, a lot quicker than her, clacking away at her needles all day long. Sorry, Billy, I'm riveting on.
Thank you for me, Maggie. Best dressed feet in the trenches with these on, I reckon.
And these are from me.
Gee, never been given flowers before. But you keep this one for me. And don't go allowing any chap to come sweep you off your feet before I get back to try my chance. You promise?
Well, I don't mind being swept off my feet. You know how I love to dance. That Lancers we did Alf Grant send-off was grand. I'm still giddy from it. I don't know. It's sad though. We only seem to have dances now to say goodbye. Sorry, Billy, I'm rabbiting on again.
My ma taught me to dance. Do you remember? She could fly like a bird and spin like a kite. Especially when she waltzed. Dad used to call her his wild gypsy. Oh, she was wild, I'll give her that. But I didn't much like Alf Grant's send-off.
I'm sorry, Billy. I didn't have any say in that. Pa just wouldn't listen. But at least we did the Lancers and the reels.
Only the dances that everyone did together. But we never got to dance. You and me. And I wanted to waltz. Do you think if there had been time for a dance for our send-off, that your pa might have let me ask you for the waltz?
Yes, I think so.
And would you have accepted?
Of course.
Maggie, I want you to imagine something.
What?
Imagine as you hear the music, the waltz, in your head.
You're crazy, William.
Shush! And you will hear it. Just listen.
Billy, get a right along! Train's due any minute. Hurry up, for Christ's sake!
Hold your horses, I'm coming! Waltz will have to wait, Maggie. But don't you let that John O'Malley keep asking you to answer the send-off so I've got my back turned.
You know I can't stand John O'Malley.
I know that he's sweet on you, and when I'm gone, he might...
Billy,
You want to do a deal.
What sort of deal?
You keep the rose for me, but will you give me something in return? I'll keep the kiss with me if that's all right.
Oh, Billy.
You can keep the flowers if you like, and the socks too. But I want to keep the kiss with me.
But please don't think...
Don't think what?
Nothing. It doesn't matter.
Billy, for God's sake! Steam's up! Hurry!
Well, maybe. Best go calling on the Kaiser. Can't keep him waiting. Wouldn't be manners. Come on.
You go on, Billy. I'll just fetch my hat and coat and be along in a minute. It will be all right, Bessie. They'll look after one another.
I know, it's not that so much. It's the goodbyes that are so hard. There've been so many and they're all the same. 2 years in a now. And a bigger burden for you and yours than it has for me. I suppose sooner or later I have to take some of the weight of it all. The Chronicle reporter was there taking notes. I know what the papers will say. Local lads given grand send-off, or some such rubbish. Why do the papers only mention the hurrahs and hat waving? They never mention the silence after the train leaves. The empty, dreadful silence. And all the pretend smiles fade, and the faces crumple, and all the hearts break.
At least those hearts are true.
What do you mean?
I should have said something. When Billy said goodbye to me, I didn't have the heart to tell him not to think of me the way he does. So what did I do? Give him socks and a few stems of flowers. But I thought, what harm can it do? So I did a deal. But do you know what I should have done? I should have shouted at him, "Go if you're going, Billy Wilson, and don't think for 1 minute I'll be at the station to see you off. When you go on your own and take the rose with you along with your socks and your deal."
That would have been cruel.
Cruel? Yes, it would have been. But I cannot be to him what he wants, what he needs, what he thinks I am. Under different circumstances, he would have seen that in time and he would have got over it. I should not have let him go away holding on to some dream. I couldn't tell him that today because I was too much of a coward.
A bit of sunshine didn't hurt. The shadows will come soon enough for him.
Yes, I know that. You think it callous, but it would have been the best thing I could have done for him. Too many of us women take the easy way out and let them go with false hopes.
Yes, you're right in a way. Perhaps it helps when they go away angry. You have to be angry before you can fight. They don't see that. But we women of the war, we do.
I like coming through the Taieri Gorge. Pity it's a dull day. All shadowy down there. It always looks better in the sun. It'll be sunny when we get back. Do you reckon we will get back?
Who knows? That's the shadows down there in the Taieri Gorge. They'll know.
Forget the Taieri. I want to see the Waltz River. Jimmy McLaren's seen it. He was in the Crimea War, you know. So he knows all those Austrian tunes he used to play. He said he went along the Danube River. He said it wasn't blue like a tune. But when you think about it, Taieri isn't blue either. It's black. I think I want to see for myself. Besides, if we see the Danube, that means we've won the war. And then we can walk.
Even if we see the Rhine, we've won. I like to see the Rhine.
And maybe the Rhine might be blue.
If we only see the Somme, like they did in 1914, and 15, and 16. Then we've lost. There'll be no need to ask what color that river runs.
All right, Billy, here's the deal. A wash in the Rhine and a waltz by the Danube. Then home by Christmas and fishing on the Taieri.
No, not Christmas. It has to be sooner. Has to be October. Get your diaries out.
What for?
We are going to pencil in for October 12th, 1917. First day Ida muster. Have to be back for this and blackberry jam. It's a pact. Come on, write it down.
Keep it here.
First day Ida muster. Hey, you two. Do you know why I enlisted?
Why?
Nothing to do with Eddie being killed. Not really. Now, who else is going to help make the jam?
Shut up, Billy.
Hey, Jack.
What?
Do you think they even have blackberries in France?
Oh,
Shut up, Billy.
Somewhere in France, April 10th, 1917. Dear Maggie, I didn't much like England. All rich or really poor. Never seen so many poor people, especially kids. That money we used to save up for Dr. Barnardo doesn't seem to have done much good. Sam and Jack and me were at a dance in London on our final leave. It was real flash. We weren't invited, but I got us three in. I spun a yarn to the bloke on the door that Sam was the son of the Governor of New Zealand. Sam put on that posh accent he does sometimes.
Guess what happened next? Well, there was a bit of a kerfuffle. See, it didn't take long for the bloke at the door to work out that we were fakes. So we had some other chaps throw us out. Then this real posh young lady showed up and said that as soldiers of the king we should be allowed to stay. So the chaps who had hold of us had to let us go. Oh, Maggie, you won't believe who it was when I tell you. You just won't.
And what is your name, soldier?
Private William Wallace Wilson, Otago Infantry 2nd Battalion, miss. But a pretty girl like you can just call me Billy.
And where are you from, Private Billy?
The Maniatoto.
Maniatoto.
It's not said that way, miss. It's a Maori word, said this way proper. Ma-neo-to-to.
Maniatoto.
Suppose it'll have to do. It's surprised you haven't heard of it. It's a fine stretch of country.
I'm sure it is, but where is it?
Up central.
Central. Central to where?
New Zealand? Well, actually, it's not really central. It's south.
How confusing.
It's in New Zealand. You know where that is, at least.
Oh yes, I know that much at least.
Good. Well, anyway, who are you?
Well, a handsome soldier like you can just call me Mary.
Mary who?
Billy, do you know who you're talking to? I'm very sorry, Your Highness. I apologize for my friend.
Jack! Jesus Christ!